Good morning, world. The beautiful sunshine is back. Sacha is enjoying a long black.
I am. Oh, it's really good. We just picked up a Spotted Pig takeaway coffee to come and sit here in front of the water and drink it because it's a really nice breeze. So that's why we thought it would be nice to go and get a coffee and have it here.
Yeah.
Morning coffee.
No air conditioning required. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. Jay got an almond milk cappuccino, which is almost finished.
I know. I'm hungry, so I'm using it like food.
Oh.
Just devoured it. You've got a little hot dog down here, haven't we? Are you hot down there? Are you not getting any breeze? You must be getting some breeze down there.
She is. I can see her furs moving.
Eden is smelling really fresh this morning, like strawberries. I gave her a proper bath because it's so annoying. She woke up this morning and there was a poo on her bed. And I was like, Eden, she hasn't done this any day. But on the day that we have to take Story to school,
Yeah.
where we have to be like on point in the mornings and get ready and go, I wake up, I come out the room in the morning at 6 o'clock and I see there's a poo on her bed and she needed a wash. So she's getting better, isn't she?
She is, yeah, but we've had a busy morning.
Yeah.
Story's been awake so early. She was really excited to go to school today. We've dropped Story off at Forest School, actually, that's why she's not here.
10 to 5 she was in the room.
Yes.
This morning, she got me up.
Climbed in with us and she's just been really excited and talking about all her friends and the teachers, and she just couldn't wait to get there. As soon as we arrived, she was like, I'm gonna run off, I'm gonna run. Okay, Mum, I'm gonna run. Alright, yeah, okay, fine.
Wait for Daddy.
Wait for Daddy though. But she's just like, she's so into it, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice to see her excited about going somewhere.
Oh yeah, and we said this from the beginning. If Story ever lost interest in a school, we would try something else, because we felt that way with our education, but most of the people from our generation just went to public school and there was no other option. So if you didn't like it, and if you weren't thriving there, you kind of just had to power through, and it was really, there were some days when it was pretty depressing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I didn't want that feeling for Story.
Exactly, yeah, that's been our whole kind of ethos before we even had a child, was what are we going to do when it comes to school time? Because I know my experience of school is very similar to Jay's experience of school, and that we didn't want to put another generation of humanity through that in a way.
Yeah.
That there has to be a change, and we're the only ones that can make that change.
Exactly. I think the main thing we like to get across is that we want to have options for her, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if the only option was a public school for us, then obviously we would do that and we would make the most of it, and you can get good results out of it. I don't feel like we got a bad education, because it depends on how you as a person react. Yeah, to how the education is delivered. Yeah. But I think it's harder to find who you want to be in a regular school environment than it is when you have options. Yeah. So that's the reason why we chose to go down this path.
Yeah, and we don't send Story to Forest School for an education, your standard, academic education. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. So we send her for a host of different reasons, but very low down on the list would actually be to educate her in a academic way. That's not our priority at all right now, especially at her age. Forest School is amazing for Story, basically just for her to be able to play freely and do stuff like with a group of other children that she wouldn't do at home, like jumping in a knee-deep puddle. Like we would probably stop her and be like, oh no, Story, you're in your clothes.
Yeah, it's the parental barrier.
Yeah,
and also even it's not just us stopping her, sometimes she stops herself around us because we are mum and dad. Yeah. So we started to notice that Story would pretend to be scared of something that we already know she's not scared of, like walking along an edge or something, or jumping off of something a foot high. She'd pretend she was scared of it because we were there. And then you watch her from a distance at Forest School and she's like thundering thundering down like wobbly wooden bridges and bouncing, just like climbing trees, and she's not a worry in the world, and she's a totally different person.
I think that's important for her to be able to do that away from us as well, because it allows her to develop her character and to know who she is for herself, and we're not there to guide her or stop her or or
worry about her
or do anything. She's just she can be so independent and free there, and that's a really good thing.
I guess that is part of education as a whole, isn't it? You need the ability to learn.
She's learning a lot of stuff there, but it's just not your standard sit down, do maths, sit down, do reading, sit down, do science or something.
Exactly.
Spelling, letters, it's all done in a different way.
That's the role that we've taken on now, isn't it? Like, so she goes to this school 3 days a week, and then the rest of the week she's at home with us, and if we go to a cafe or a restaurant, or we're doing some work, we'll sit her down with an academic workbook, how to write your letters, how to do uppercase and lowercase, and she's getting really good at writing. She knows the whole alphabet, you know, she can write her name, and there's lots of stuff.
She's good at writing. She's got very good pen control and pencil control. She's very good at shaping and forming the letters, and she occasionally she writes D's the wrong way round, and she thinks P's are B's sometimes, or the other way round.
But then the next time she'll get it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just practice like with us. So we've been doing like the main academic stuff with her, but again, I don't have a set routine with Story to do it. It's not like we get up at a certain amount of time and we sit down for a certain amount of time and we do a certain amount of pages. It's nothing like that. It's just
it wouldn't work anyway.
As and when, like, a Story's quite calm at the moment, let me get a workbook out and we'll do a couple of pages.
We do it for as long as it's fun.
And then when she resists, that's when I'm like, okay, do you want to do some colouring, or do you want to do something else? And that's that. And I'm fine with that right now.
Yeah, at this age, I feel like it's more than manageable. And we always said this as well when we were pre-parents. We said from the age of 0 to 5, we would be able to have freedom to move around a bit, because the schooling that she needs at that age is all about core programming. It's about getting into her who she is, what she shows an interest in, and then like focus on the opportunities around that. And by being able to move around and to be in a couple of different countries and see how different people do things, and it's given her more.
I'm so glad that we went away this year before with Story, before the world went crazy, because she's learned from that as well. And a lot of people were like, oh, she's too young, like what's the point of taking a 3-year-old travelling? She's not going to remember it, she's not going to care. But just on this journey to GL today, she was talking about when we went to the elephant park and what she fed the elephants, and
the order of things.
The dusky langur monkeys in Thailand, and she was like talking about what they ate and why they like to eat sweet corn, and the babies were a different colour. Like she's remembered that. We didn't prompt her. We didn't prompt her to say that. She just started talking about it because we saw carabaos walking down the road. And she was like, oh look, a carabao, do you remember when this? And then it all came out. So
it was a little trigger. Yeah, so she has little triggers that lead her back to these like core memories. And also we've got the videos too. I thought this as well. It's like right now, she hasn't watched it in a very long time, but we could use them as educational pieces for her. Do you remember when you were 2 years old and you went to Madeira and we saw this, you know, farm on the side of the mountain, and then we could teach her about that, and then we could show her the video and say, look, there's you. And then maybe when she's 8, 10 years old, she'll say, my first memories were when I was 2 or when I was 18 months. And it's like, I can't remember that far back, but because we have so many video memories of the things that happened, they should work like milestones for her with her memories and education.
Yeah, it's true though, because I think I might have spoken about this before, but I remember things from my childhood, like young childhood, through pictures. So I don't physically remember the memory, but I remember it because my mum's got a picture of it. So the things that I do have in my head aren't actual memories from the time it was happening. They're memories from when I look through my mum's photo album. Like, oh yeah, I remember that bed cover that I used to have. Yeah, I remember my room, but I don't actually. I just remember the picture.
It's like little trigger points. And then you remember the smell of that cover, and then it might take you back to another memory. Because the thing is, it's all in there somewhere, isn't it? And who knows how the development of children is going to be different from us in the future. Having them grow up with technology and like the advances of everything, the world is a different place now to what it was back then. She's going to be growing up a totally different person to us, and it's going to be very interesting to see what she has to teach us when we're old and grey.
Oh gosh, so much stuff. She's already teaching me stuff.
Yeah.
She teaches me stuff about myself every day. She makes me do a reality check every day, and I'm like, oh no, what am I doing? I can't let her see that, or you know, I don't want my bad habits to rub off on Story.
Yeah, that's true. So you may have noticed that there is no story in this video, and there is a reason for that, isn't there?
There is. We are thinking about staying daily.
Yes.
Daily vlogs again.
Now the reason why we stopped doing daily vlogs before is because we've said we wanted to give Story a break from the camera. Sometimes she gets a little bit stressed out with it and doesn't want to talk, and we were reacting to that.
Yeah. But we thought, because Story now goes to forest school 3 days a week, we could vlog at the times that Story's not here, and this 3 days would be kind of like Story's days off. So she's not on the camera while she's at forest school, and we can do a vlog. So, and we are enjoying doing daily vlogs, and I know at the start of the year we said we were going to do 1 month 3 days and then 1 month daily vlogs. So next month should technically be 3 days had we been sticking to our original plan for the start of the year, but we feel like we've got a good flow with it. We feel like it's something we can handle going forward now, and especially now that Story's at her group, it's given us time to think about what we want to do. So we're thinking of doing dailies. And
based on feedback as well from you guys, every time we stop going daily, we just get messages from people saying like, oh, I'm having withdrawal symptoms. I don't care if you just film anything. And like we've always said, we don't want to just film anything. There's always like has to be some memory meaning to the things that we film. So that's the reason why a lot of the times we've rejected doing daily vlogs just for the sake of it. But this is a good solution for that. Story will be in some of them and she won't be in others, and that way we don't feel like we are impacting her psychologically too much with the video making, and it's good for us, it's good for her. And good for you guys too, hopefully, as well. So,
and if you've been watching the channel for many years, it's back to the beginning. It's just me and Jay and Eden.
Exactly. Eden is still here.
Oh, I can't believe it.
I know, it's
honestly,
amazing.
I can't. I'm really happy that she's here, but we've been looking back at like old pictures from like 10 years ago, you know, on Facebook or Instagram, it gives you a memory. Eden has been in all of my memories from like 10 years ago. It's like this picture from 8 years ago, and it's a picture of me with Eden.
Do you know why? That's because when we got Eden, that's when social media started. Social media wasn't a thing before Eden, and then Facebook came around 2007, and we got Eden like 2006 or something. Yeah, 2006. Something like that. Well, anyway, it was around about that time when the growth of social media, and so Eden's in every single one of our memories. And it's crazy, and I think just because she's alive so long now, she's 16 years old, a lot of all the other dog friends that she's had have passed away.
All Eden's friends are no longer
the people that the other dogs that she knew in Thailand, both gone. And
it's really sad.
It's just Penny left. Your mum's dog, Penny.
Yeah, but Penny was a new addition, so she wasn't there from the beginning. I think Penny's only about 6, so Penny's going to be around for a while.
Small dogs last longer, and I think that's why Eden is smaller than she looks in real life. And for a Cocker Spaniel, she's pushing the boundaries, but she's
really pushing the boundaries. She is the last standing member of her friend group.
But I'm very happy that we were at this stage of life and we have Eden with us here now, and hopefully if she can just get her strength up a little bit, you know, we can take her to the islands. I'm looking at the islands now that we can take her to, and she can handle it now, I'm sure, but it's just like we want to be in the comfort zone. We want it to be a nice experience, get photographs, videos, everything, so we can capture like some beautiful shots of Story. Story's really enjoying being with Eden at the moment.
I'm happy especially for Story, because she really has loved Eden being back with us, and she like makes her laugh, and she was reading Eden a book the other day. It was so sweet. So Story's loved it, and just for that reason alone, I'm so glad that we went through everything that we had to do to get her here.
It's worth every penny. It was not cheap to bring Eden out here, especially during these COVID times. And you can imagine the loopholes we had to jump through to get a dog posted during this world crisis, you know. But it happened, and it was worth it in the end.
You know, Story, that again, it will be one of Story's memories. Her first pet was Eden, and the fact that Eden's still here and Story's over 4 years old now, she will remember her.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember my childhood pets and stuff, so it's nice that she will actually remember Eden. So.
And that was one of the main reasons why we said, let's do this. Like, no matter what it takes, let's get her here, because these are the years, these are the months that we need to be together as a family. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's update. It was a very long, chatty, podcast style.
It was. I've finished my coffee.
I finished mine ages ago.
A little coffee chat in the car.
And sometimes we think it is nice to do these kind of raw, live kind of update talks, because it shows you a different side to how we think. We don't cut out as many mistakes, you know, it's a bit more reality. And if you like it, great, hit the thumbs up button for us so we know, and we'll see you in another one. Bye.
Bye.